here we are in our second session aimed at handling prophecy. Right? The first one was the last session where we looked at getting yourself ready. But this session, we're going to look at the actual prophetic word itself. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 20 to 21 says, "Do not despise prophecy, but test everything and hold fast to what is good." So here we are, we're in a prophetic series. We've done, the fact that the Bible or God instituted prophecy, right? We've looked at how prophecy can be something that you can be activated in. And in the last session, we actually looked at how you can prepare yourself as a lens for prophecy. And now we're going to get right into how we handle it wisely. Sometimes, there's an overreaction to the prophetic and prophetic words. I think because they have a potential to be misused, and abused. Like, how do I know that God gave you that vision or that dream? It could be that you just ate something funny, or you have some anxieties of yourself and it's been playing in your mind, and so suddenly you see a vision. I think these are actually really good questions to ask, and we must answer them. However, the mere fact that prophecy can be abused must not prevent us from exercising the God-given gift of prophecy. That's why 1 Thessalonians says, don't despise prophecy, but test it. So asking questions like, hey, is this real? Are you sure? Like, they're good. It's like testing questions. I mean, let's look at the fivefold ministry, right? Have you ever heard of an evangelism experience that has gone wrong, where somebody's trying to reach out as an evangelist, and maybe he's not like an actual evangelist, but he's just trying to preach the gospel or share the gospel with someone, and it goes badly? Of course you have, right? Oh man, as Christians, we went through the Crusades. That was motivated by the gift of evangelism, of conquering other countries and making them be a Christian. So it's definitely possible to abuse the gift of evangelism, right? Have you ever seen wrong teaching used by the teacher gift, and somebody quotes Bible verses or whatever it is completely wrong? Of course. Even the pastoral gift can be misused. I've seen it. Every good gift that God gives, if we don't handle it with wisdom, if we don't handle it wisely, we can abuse it. We can taint the name of God. We can taint what is good in it. So that's why we must test everything, and we have to handle prophecy wisely. In this session, we're going to be discussing 3 elements to wisely handle prophetic encounters, because it comes to us in these 3 sections. 1 is divine revelation. This is the infallible, perfect revelation from God. Right? You got divine revelation, the beginning word, I guess. But then, secondly, it goes through human interpretation. And this is us as that lens, right? So via our cognitive ability, our experience, who we are. So we take God's actual thing that he's trying to say, which is like infallible, it's perfect revelation from God, but then we're fallible and we might interpret it wrongly, or we might make up that God said things. Another thing that then happens is the third one, which is application. So God says something, we interpret it, but then how we apply it, the application, is what the receiver does with the revelation. So we can go, oh, God gave me this dream, I've interpreted it correctly, and he's telling me to do this. And we might even get that wrong. We might apply it too hard, too strong, we might be too timid, we might be all kinds of things. And so in this session, we're trying to help all of us understand how we can use each of those 3 elements, process them in the part that they belong in, and use wisdom in each. The first element is perfect, divine revelation, but the latter 2 are subject to human error. We are called to esteem prophecy well and to test these words. So I'm hoping that you have a good discussion, There's a lot of detail in this session because we want to discuss carefully what each of these 3 sections are. It is my real hope, actually, that we grow in wisdom. What you have to understand when we are in the area of the prophetic, which is the same as the area of pastoral gifts or the apostle gift, we're in an area that requires deep wisdom. These are not black and white things. It is in the area, just like the book of Revelation even. It requires interpretation. It requires wisdom. That's why we must practice it, study it, grow in it, but above all, we must test it. We must test it. And this session is going to aim to do that. So I hope you have a really good discussion. There's appendices that you can look at for more detail. But let's grow and help one another grow in the use of the gift of prophecy. God bless.